Kia ora, nā mai hoki mai. It's time for season 3 of RuPaul's Drag Race Down Under. I'm Mama C. So who is going to be our next reigning queen down under to follow Keita Mean and Spanky Jackson? And to win $50,000 and a year's supply of Anastasia of Beverly Hills cosmetics. Let's meet the queen, shall we? All right, up first, we've got a Hollywood star, age 28, from Sydney, Australia. So take a look here at her entry as well as her promo pic. Up next, we've got Ashley Madison, 25 years old, from Melbourne, Australia. Ashley says she's heard that Hollywood can be kind of a bitch, but because that's like sort of the reputation. But Ashley says she's also herself been misconstrued by her words. So take it for what it is. All right, up next we've got Fleur, 25 years old, representing New Zealand and Guatemala, living in Auckland. Fleur is very young, and you will see that by the behavior throughout this episode. That's just a little something I noticed. All right, up next we've got Ivory Glaze, 26 years old, from Sydney, Australia. When asked about her impression of Ashley, which obviously producers trying to start something, I think. I don't know. Anyway, she comments on poor Ashley's pants are falling down. What are you going to do, right? Up next, we've got ML, 26 or 27. I don't think she was quite sure of her age. She's from Sydney, Australia. And here are her looks. I know. Anyway, we got Ivana Drink up next, age 26, from Auckland, New Zealand. You might know her as the spouse to our own Anita Wiglet from season 1, right? I know. She says she's Fijian Indian, Maori, and European descent. Yeah, and if you look behind me, here's my Ivana Drink t-shirt that I just got a few weeks ago. Getting ready for this season. So, yeah, I love Ivana. Right, up next, we've got Isis Avis Loren, 33 years old, from Melbourne. Seems to be a very popular queen. Next, we have Rita Menu, age 24, from Hamilton, New Zealand, known as the Dancing Queen of Hamilton. Only been doing drag for about a year. Up next, we've got Bumpa Love, 51, from, somewhere in Australia. Sorry, Bumpa. And I feel bad because I always root for, like, the more mature queens, so wishing Bumpa lots of luck. Next, we've got Gabriella Labucci. Now, right off the top, I can tell I am going to love Gabriella. I just love the vibe. Kind of has that sort of, I don't know. I can't even explain it. It's just something about them that I just love. I enjoy them very much. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what Gabriella has in store for us. In fact, Gabriella was so nice that she made friendship bracelets for the rest of the queens. And I thought that was very gracious, right? Now, who's not gracious? That would be Fleur. Fleur just does not seem very gracious at all. You can tell she's very young and, I don't know. Sometimes I think that the young ones put on that air of, like, such confidence and then kind of do the little bitey stuff because maybe they're not quite as confident as they're trying to put out. I don't know, but can be quite catty, as you'll see coming up in this episode. Yeah, so is it confidence or is it just, meow? All right, so now we've got all the queens are in. RuPaul enters, welcomes our queens. Now, who is ready to kick some padded asses? So they're going to celebrate Mardi Gras Pride. So each queen is going to have to make a Mardi Gras sort of float look. They're going to do a performance. They need to record a verse for RuPaul's mashup of Super Queen and Sissy That Walk. And they have to come up with their own choreography. I know. This could be interesting, right? We see a lot of cattiness, in the workroom. And that's by the younger queens. Because, when you get older, you're like, you don't pull that crap anymore because you're like, who cares? After I turned 50, I was just like, nobody cares anymore. So just be yourself and enjoy life and let everybody be themselves, Don't be a hateful hag. That's really the ideal lesson to learn. Okay, so they're all kind of struggling with their lyrics a bit. They go off to practice their choreo. There's like basically crickets because nobody wants to volunteer, right? So Ivana steps up. She's like, if nobody else wants to do it, I'll do it. So she tries to give them a few dance steps. So, of course, once she tries that, then, of course, everyone has to have something to say. Oh, nobody stepped up in the beginning, but, oh, they'll have something to say, right? So it's like, I felt so bad for Ivana because it's like trying to herd cats, you know? Yeah, a bit crazy. Shade is being thrown towards Ivana because, oh, well, these are like old school moves and blah, blah. Why didn't y'all step up then? Don't bash the person who steps up to help if you're not going to stand up. So that's kind of crap. You know what I'm saying? Stop doing that. That's so uncool. I think there was probably some chaotic moments, but apparently they must have pulled it together because we didn't see much else of that. We then have a moment with Ivory. She talks about her lack of parental support. Um, Basically, by day, doing, just a regular office kind of job. And drag offers them the escape to be who they really feel like they want to be. Well, it is now Elimination Day, and while the queens put on their makeup, they discuss some hard topics and safe spaces and things like that. Gabriella pulls Ivory aside to hug out some, anything that she might be feeling bad about. Because, when she was trying to write her lyrics, she was struggling a bit, and Floor and one of the other girls kind of made her second guess herself, which I don't think they meant anything by it. But to be fair, they're constantly catty behind everyone's back, so it's hard to say. My guess is they were probably just being mean. But that's just my opinion, because Floor and Emil just continue to be catty throughout. All right, so it's time for the big night. Rue enters looking fabulous, as always. We see Michelle. Michelle looks great. Love that braid. Reese Nicholson joins us again this year as a judge. And we have a special guest judge, Diva Mahal, singer and songwriter. Now, I don't know, I'm not familiar with any of her work. And if you were curious, I would give her a Google. The category is Mardi Gras. All right, and we see the performance. Yeah, she is one shaky performance. You see a lot of hesitation on the faces of some of the gals. Hollywood Joe, man, totally rocked it. A couple of the gals just really seemed to do great, but there was a lot of questionable, dance moves. We're going to go to the runway. And this category is called Somewhere Under the Rainbow. Up first, we have Isis Eves Loren. Looking good. Then we have Ivana Drink. She's such a cutie pie. Now we have Emil. And now we have Ashley Madison. Now, there was a ton of side eye between Michelle and Reese and the judges. Lots of side eye because apparently Ashley forgot to put some kind of pasties on because the nips were just busting out all over. And also the nips came out during the performance. It just feels like some of these girls, it's like you've got to make sure you fit your clothing because if it's gaping open, it's not fitted. Now, if she was meant to wear like some pads or some breasts or something, maybe that's what the dress was designed around, but she really should have made concessions for that because the whole nipple thing is really off-putting. I mean, if you're trying to show them, that's great, but that was not well received, I'll just say that much. Like, off screen, they asked, do you want some pasties? And she's like, no. Mistake, right? I know. Okay, so up next we've got Rita Menu. Okay, it's a bodysuit and a sash. I don't get that, but whatever. All right. Up next we got Bump of Love. And now we've got Gabriella Labucci. I love Gabriella. This is not only gorgeous, but I just love, again, I love Gabriella's whole vibe. Really fun and entertaining. Just, that's the kind of queen I love. You got to have personality. And so, like, already one of my favorites, you know? Up next, Ivory Glaze. And up next, we've got Hollywood Star. Not only is this really beautifully fitted, but it's also a great message. And now we've got Floor. Okay, I was like, what the is this? I mean, come on. What the hell is this? I just don't understand how it's supposed to show pride, I guess. I don't know, unless they're proud of like an insect collection. I don't understand it. I mean, it's hard for me to get it because like why would you cover your face with a mask on the first runway? Why? Like none of the face, none of it, completely covered. I don't get it. I don't even know what the creature was. It's time for the judging, right? So Ru calls forward Isis, Ivana, Rita, and Bumpa and says, "You're safe." First off, I was like, "Wait, what?" Rita's just wearing a bodysuit and a sash, so she must have done hella good during the performance. That's all I can figure. She must have done really good in the performance in order to pass with a bodysuit and a sash. Just a guess. I don't know. Your opinions? I'd be curious to hear. What we have left is our tops and our bottoms. Now, Emil is up first. They comment on the nervous performance. Ru says, missing that star quality, you know, which still hasn't developed. But to be fair, Emil has only been doing drag for what, like a year and a half or so? Not long. And then Ashley, oh, well, it's the nipple issue, Nipplegate, the whole thing. Like, well, remember the whole panty gate last year? Well, it's Nipplegate this year, and Ashley's the one who apparently keeps showing the nips, because it wasn't just once, it was two different costumes. So, I don't know. Hopefully, she's going to keep those nips covered. All right, Gabriella Labucci. Michelle seemed to love her whole vibe, which I do too. I just love it. Diva wasn't keen with the style of her outfit in the performance. I mean, it was a bit, I don't know how you describe it, but it was just kind of fun and quirky, I guess. I don't know. I forgave any flaws with the outfit because her personality just shines through. She's such a charismatic kind of queen. I just really love her. Can you tell? And she looks absolutely stunning tonight, though. Up next is Ivory Glaze. Another nervous performance, but looks absolutely exquisite. Stunning. Just gorgeous. Diva tells her, you know, you just gotta let it go. And that's just another part of being young and learning to not give a crap, really. So it's kind of a learning moment. All right, now we've got Hollywood Star. The energy was 10 out of 10. Loved her outfit. But yeah, she looked great. She wore it well. And her performance was magnificent. She was great. So well done for her. They all liked the message of her outfit as well. All right, Floor. Hating the mask. They hate the mask too. I was so glad they said that. I know I said I would like her to remove it, please. But, you know, of course they had to make the whole I'd like to keep it on joke, blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, just really, it was sad because, you know, this is where you're trying to get people to know who you are. And if you're covering your face, how is anyone going to recognize you, right? Yeah, that didn't work. All right, so we have a little bit of an untucked moment. Ivory is worried, you know, she'll have to lip sync against Emil because they're good mates and, you know, that's tough. The judges then, we see them discussing, you know, they hate the nipples. Ugh, oi, did not like that at all. Love Gabriella's energy. All right, so they come back. Gabriella and Floor are safe. Hollywood Star wins the challenge and also wins $3,500 custom prosthetics. So that's going to help out with their costuming and that because those are quite expensive. Ivory and Emil, of course, are going to have to lip sync. I thought the song choice was odd. Down Under by Men at Work. I just thought that was an odd, I mean, it's an Aussie group and that's not a song you normally see queens perform to, I guess. So I was like, okay, whatever. And then we find out Ashley is safe. Of course, I forgot to mention that. So the winner of the lip sync ends up being Ivory. and amyl sachets away. So that is what happens there on with our show tonight. Next time we're going to see them construct a dress from Muriel's bedding. Oh, you're terrible, Muriel. So that's going to be happening next week. So join us again next week for another recap of RuPaul's Drag Race Down Under. I'm Mama C. Have a great day wherever you are.